Hi everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for tuning in to your How Do They Feel For You reading. So I'm going to do a 5-card spread for each group, and we're going to look into how your person of interest feels about you. So whoever's on your mind, just take what resonates. It's a general reading. So we're going to get started with group 1. Timestamps, as always, are down below, and thanks to those of you who have tuned in, liked, subscribed, gotten personal readings from me. If you have ordered personals, they are on their way. With that being said, group 1. So for those who have been drawn to group 1, if you need more time, by the way, you can always pause the video to pick. But yeah, group 1, this is what we got for you. I did like I did a couple weeks ago in order to use many of my decks, because I have so many that I like to use as many as possible. I went ahead and pulled a card from each deck. First card out for you represents you, the viewer, group 1, and we've got it from the Cosmic Cycles deck. If I can get myself situated here, hold on a second. Take my band-aid off because I cut myself. Isn't that wonderful? Not bad. Thank goodness. It's fine. The band-aid's getting in my way and it's annoying. With that being said, viewer, Knight of Cups, you could be a water sign or have it strong in your chart. You could be on the younger side or young at heart. Not like a baby though, but yeah. Knight of Cups, I think, is associated with like the ages, like the 20-year-old kind of age frame, 20 to 30, that kind of thing. Regardless of age and sign, sex, and everything, the Knight of Cups is saying that you're probably quite a romantic person. Romantic people tend to stick around too long, or in situations where maybe the situation could be better because they have romantic idealism. If it's interchangeable and it sounds more like your person, apply it that way, but I'm reading this for the viewer. With that being said, I think some of you might be looking for love elsewhere, because the Knight of Cups is somebody who rides in and out. He is the Knight energy. Knights don't stick around for long. I'm not saying you haven't stuck around for long in this situation, but I do and did, when I first pulled the card, get the distinct feeling that, maybe you were looking for love elsewhere. Maybe you're going out, you're hitting the club scene, the bar scene, or you're thinking about doing that, or getting on an app for dating, or there's something here with that. Let's see what else. I'm going to get the dynamic card out as well as your person's card. And so the dynamic that we got between the two of you is the Two of Wands. Fire sign energy, that's your dynamic. Two of Wands does speak about, that got loud all of a sudden, planning stages, okay? And your person, we got a couple cards that represent your person. And the first one that came out was the Queen of Cups. So they're also coming across in strong water sign energy. Again, you guys could be picking up on each other's energy. And that's from the Heartstrings Tarot. This is Vice Versa Tarot. The Queen of Cups is, the song associated with that card is Songbird by Christine McVie. Don't have that one memorized, but for anybody that wants to know, that playlist, Heartstrings Tarot, is linked down below, so that any songs that come out in a reading might have additional messages for you. I'll leave it up to you to decide whether or not that's true. But with your person coming across, this is what they're coming across as, okay? So back to you though, with the Knight of Cups. Jumping around a little bit here, bear with me, but the reason why I wanted to get the rest of the spread is because I feel like there is a decision that you're going to make, or you're thinking about making. Maybe you're watching this video in hopes to get insight on whether or not to stick around, continue with this connection, offer your cup of love, or what have you. But you're waiting to see if this person will make a decision regarding you, and you're wanting to see if they're going to perhaps choose you, or choose something else, someone else, or take it how it resonates. I feel like either some of you have actually gotten an invitation to go out with this person, or you're hoping for one, hoping for them to reach out with that Knight of Cups, or thinking about doing so yourself. With that, I do get, with that Two of Wands, this feeling of you guys missing each other. So that is mutual. You both could be watching each other from a distance, but one thing that you guys have in common is a certain anxiety about the future of this connection and what steps to take next. It's like there's this understanding maybe that it needs to move forward, and you've gotten past the initial stage, but it just depends on who's watching, how long you've been dealing with this person, whether or not you're at the place where you want to be. And instinctively, I feel like you're probably not, with it being this early stages. Sorry, this is the Three of Wands. I meant to get the Two of Wands. but I'm going to still read it as a Two of Wands because that is what I initially took it as. Could be Three of Wands for some of you. So saying that some of you are further along the path and journey in this connection with your person than others of you. But initially I did get the Two of Wands and the feeling of you guys missing each other, especially if you're in separation, but you guys could still be together, like, and feel a sense of loss or missing one another. You know, so yeah, that happens. If you've ever been in long-term or serious relationships, you know, then you know that you can be with someone. Unless you're really oblivious and you don't even know they feel separated from you when they do, right? So there's this energy of something about separation, feelings of that emotionally or physically, and feelings of anxiety about the future. And it could be in a good way too, if this is a newer connection and you just started dating, that, you know, there's some sort of anxiety. Maybe you just met and you just like each other. Whatever your scenario, there is a certain level of a sense of adventure, a sense of discovery associated with this card. So it's like you guys still have more to learn about one another, and with that comes, like, positive excitement, but also a little anxiety if you've ever tried something new, or if you've ever engaged on or in a behavior, a pattern or something, or doing an adventure or an activity where you aren't like an expert at it yet because you're still in the earlier stages. Then even though it might be fun and exciting, and we certainly see passion with Wands energy, it can still bring the anxiety. I feel like it has to do, again, with some sort of a decision here. So there's some planning going on. So your person, how do they feel about you? That's the reason you came to the reading, right? So the Queen of Cups is here, as well as the Queen of Wands. So we're seeing two court cards here, feminine energies. So it is highly likely that one or both of you, maybe your person is, you know, two-timing or interested in two people. There's competition here, or it's a third-party situation. If you know that's not the case, then just, you know, take the messages that resonate. And then these messages would be for someone else. Lots of people watch, so just take the ones that resonate for you. But with this being here, I did get like this sense that this is your person. Like, you could be here for a macho man. They're coming across with the Queen of Cups towards you. This is what I'm feeling. Could it be you? Yeah, you both got this kind of watery connection, but I got a very strong message when that card first came out that this is your person. So they do want to give you something. You could see it coming, right? Either that, or you both want to give to each other. Because I said there's this mutual feeling of passion and missing one another, and or wanting to progress the connection, but not really knowing how to yet. The feelings are definitely there. I think this person wants to give you something, maybe give you some love. The Queen of Cups is a kind-hearted and generous energy, and I feel like they do want to do something, you know, for you. That Queen of Cups. And Queen of Cups, I think what you guys have in common is, whether you realize it or not, if this is your reading, you're both deeply romantic individuals. There's a certain amount of emotional kind of dynamic and sensuality between the two of you. I think when this person, Queen of Cups, whoever she is, when she's in love, she lavishes those she cares about with her love and affection. This person is a softie when it comes to you, basically. We've also got the Queen of Wands. So this could represent two aspects of your person if they got both strong water and strong fire in their chart. But regardless, I was getting, like, you know, you guys know I tell the truth on my channel and say what I'm getting in the cards. Either it's for you or not. You claim the reading or you don't. It's up to you. But what we're seeing with her is another hen in the hen house, possibly. Okay, another rooster in the in the hen house. It could be. Okay, so this third party, though, you know, I like the Queen of Wands. I'm strong Queen of Wand energy myself, but I did get with this, and not just because it's third party energy, but because, again, like I just said, I'm going to tell it like it is and what I'm seeing. This Queen of Wands, if you're, for those that this person is dealing with someone else and you know that, then whoever this other person is, they could be bossy and like dictatorial, like jackboot, right? I can resonate with that. When I was a teen, I used to get, you know, told similar things because, you know, when you're a teen, you're still growing, developing, and there's a certain level of immaturity you expect from a young teen. But this person is a grown-up, so they're still acting this way. Bossy and dictatorial, the lower vibration of that Wands energy. And I think, like, if they're in a relationship, this is how this person tries to be towards your person. So kind of like, it's like RESPCT, find out what it means to me with Aretha here, and then your person is over here kind of eyes down. So you can kind of get like a visual of the dynamic of the connection for those that resonates with. That there's like a power differential here. The more action-oriented queen kind of dominates the more emotional queen, okay? I do get to this person probably nags your person, or vice versa. Again, you know the drill. Apply it how it resonates. But if whether there's a third party or not, it does feel like that this person does see you as, you know, someone that they're very attracted to. Again, with that Wands energy, and also maybe you're not focusing on them because I said some of you could be considering somebody else or dating around with that Knight of Cups energy. Maybe you are going out and about, maybe you are spending time. These are all Knights of Cups kind of energies. It's all about, it's like movement and youthful energy. So maybe this person is seeing you as being focused more on your friends and career, or just not really focused on this relationship. So what is the outcome or big message from Spirit? Getting down to brass tacks real fast here. This is the way I do my readings when I'm in a time crunch, or however you say it, on a time crunch. So that's what I'm doing for you guys. We've got the outcome as being the 8 of Cups in reverse. This is the John Holland deck. Turn it up right for visibility purposes, make it easier to see. It's an emotional card, emotional withdrawal, okay? So with it being in reverse, it's saying that if someone has left, like I said before, it could be a separation situation. If someone has left, or if they do, there's a strong possibility and likelihood that they will want to come back, you know, and coming back with the lessons that they learned from the separation or while in separation. We did see with that 2 of Wands that, you know, there's probably some anxiety or confusion being behind any separation here. I'm also getting a fear of loss as well with this. So a separation could have or will occur as a result of fear of loss, right? And the more you care for someone, the higher the stakes, the higher the likelihood for loss, right? If you don't care, then the hurt is going to be less, and some people operate their lives based on that premise, you know, with that being in the back of their mind. So however it resonates, though, I do feel like, you know, there's some sort of fear here, or fear of loss, you know. You know, for some, this is the third party, like I said, and this person does drift back and forth between the two of you, either physically or in their head, right? Trying to decide. But, you know, either way, there is this drifting back and forth energy here about making a decision to cut losses or stay in a bad situation. And for some of you, either it's you, your person is seeing you in that situation, or they're in that situation. And there is this need, right, to make a decision to get out of a bad situation. If it's a bad situation, you should get out of it, right? That's honoring yourself. It doesn't have to do with anybody else, right? It has to do with, this is between you and you, or them and them, whatever the case may be. So hopefully whoever this is for is going to get out of a bad situation. But I'm also getting to that a lot of you are probably going to be letting this go. You know, the party's over and you realize that you need to protect your heart again. So it's like this realization has really gotten like sunken into your head. Some of you, this has already happened. That's why you're in that Knight of Cups energy, and you've already sort of decided to start looking elsewhere for love, or being receptive to somebody else or something like that. In which case, you know, you're letting go, and you realize that, you know, you need to protect your heart. You need to heal from this connection. You need to keep your heart, you know, your heart is sacred, you're sacred, so you need to value and honor that if this person isn't able to or willing to do that. So you're just like putting yourself in a position where, like, even if it's hard for you to do so, moving on is good, because you are ready for better devotions, like for your devotion to be reciprocated. So what's the advice? Got the Queen of Swords in reverse, Mama Fratelli from the Goonies and That's So 80s Tarot deck. Your advice is, I'm just going to say it plainly, guys, don't act like a bitch. Whether you're a man or a woman, just don't. The Queen of Swords is a stern character in the upright. In reverse, she is the true essence of Mama Fratelli. And so as advice, this is saying, you know, you are a smart cookie, you are sharp, you are perceptive, you are complex, but do not use that, do not use your intelligence for like evil. Like, if you're bitter about this connection, don't let it make you cruel, right? Don't let it demean you like that. You're better than that. It's saying to cope in healthy ways, right? Cope in healthy ways. So I want to get you a card, and hit the like button if you do like the reading, even if it's not what you wanted to hear. If it resonates, then I appreciate you guys letting me know by hitting the like button. If you like a private reading, my contact information is in the description. I'm going to use the Healing with the Fairies to get you an advice card. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this, but I just want to because I feel like it feels incomplete based on some of the things that came through. Spirit, for those who are resonating with this reading, for my group ones, what guidance do you have for them regarding this reading, please? Guidance do you have for it? Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Spirit. Kindness. Be kind to yourself and others. Back of the deck, breaking free. This could be your sign from the universe that breaking free from this connection or any other unnatural restrictions is indicated like that. You need to do that. This is your sign that you need to do that. If you've already been considering it, could be a sign. And with the kindness card, it does have an affirmation. I'm huge on affirmations because I know they work. I apply them all the time, see their effects and results all the time. So I'm going to give you an affirmation. This card says, practice kindness in all your thoughts and deeds today toward yourself, other people, animals, and the environment, and watch the rewards that come your way. The affirmation you can say is, I am kind, thoughtful, and loving to myself and others. Okay, so yeah, let's see what else. Anything else popping out? And when you're particularly kind towards yourself, by thinking about yourself compassionately and taking time out for yourself, you're rewarded with a deep sense of inner satisfaction and peace. So you definitely want to be happy with yourself because then you remove that energy of lack and it makes it easier for you to attract the love that clearly you want as the Knight of Cups. So what I've got for you guys, thank you for tuning in. Stick around and watch the other two readings if you feel drawn to. Otherwise, check out the playlists for a different reading. The playlists are linked down below. Please hit the like button and subscribe, guys. And I'm moving on to Group 2. Welcome, Group 2. Thanks for tuning into your reading. I hope you guys are doing well. So this is a 5-card spread looking at your situation with your person of interest, whoever is on your mind. And obviously, since the title says it, their feelings for you. So how do they feel about you? What is your person of interest feeling right now about you, this connection? So I've got several different cards here pulled from several different decks, and we're just going to jump in and get started. So for Group 2, everyone who is drawn to Group 2, let me get your card situated here. Okay, from the Cosmic Cycles Tarot deck. By the way, your little card that says what number I'm on, that Group 2 card just like vanished. I don't know where it was, like where it went. So that's the reason for the giant post-it note today. From the Cosmic Cycles deck, this is a card representing you, the viewer. We've got the 6 of Wands in reverse. Okay, I'm gonna turn it upright for ease of viewing and like make it easier. The 6 of Wands in reverse is telling me like you could be fire sign, have it strong in your chart. Remember, it's a general reading. Just take what resonates, forget what doesn't. And energies can be vice versa or interchangeable. Now, disclaimers out of the way. You're having doubts. Some of you are having doubts. And maybe that's why you're here at the reading, trying to get clarity. You're definitely having doubts. You know, you just don't feel like you're getting the recognition you deserve. If this was in the upright, we see the little happy scene, like the girl kissing the other girl and all that. But with it being in reverse, it's saying that, you know, that you're not experiencing that, right? You're not experiencing that, and you're not getting the recognition that you deserve. So this, I feel, is playing on your insecurities. The dynamic between you and your person is the 3 of Pentacles. So this could be a work or common cause connection. It could also be in third party. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but the main thing that I got when this card first came out was a lack of teamwork in the connection. Feeling like, you know, people are not on the same page, because this actually came out in reverse as well. So people are not on the same page. You know, there could be some outside interference. However that might play in, work, family, home, religion, another person. But I'm just generally getting like a disorganized, self-interested energy here between the two of you. People, it's like, there is no I in team. Well, in this case, there is an I in team, right? Yeah, people are not on the same page. So your person's energy, they come across from the Heartstrings Tarot playlist linked down below if you want to listen to the songs associated with each of these cards. We've got the 7 of Coins, Phil Collins, You Can't Hurry Love, and Kate Bush is Babushka, 7 of Swords. So I got 2 7s here, and I do recall reading, I think, in another tarot reader's book or website, Lisa Boswell, I want to say, about this, the 2 7s. Now, I already know, and you know probably too, if you're a spiritual person or you follow such channels, that repeat numbers can and often do have some sort of symbology. It's usually a reflection of your own subconscious mind giving you a message. What I feel with these two sevens here, since they are both sevens and that caught my eye, is that some of you really feel like this person is potentially like, your forever person. Some of you think this person could be your true love. If not you, it could be saying, your person wonders about this. It's not saying like, yeah, that's the case. It's not saying yes or no one way or the other as far as I'm concerned. I just feel like it means there is some sort of a spiritual connection here between the two of you. The 7 is a mysterious kind of number. It does have a close association with the workings of the universe. So that's where its spirituality aspects come from. And I feel like there is something here that you both kind of feel, your person feels, since this is on their end, that this connection is, impactful on a deeper level, okay? And so they might actually be getting signs about you and believing in those signs, believe it or not. Or feel like they're getting signs from the universe that you are the one. With that being said, they're not in a rush, though. You could have dealt with this person for a long time, with Pentacles being that slow-moving energy. Some of you could be dealing with this person for years, or they've had a thing for you for years. We've got lots of Pentacles on the board here, Earth sign energy. We've got some swords and fire as well, if I didn't say so. But regardless of sign and gender, this is saying, like I just heard this song, you can't hurry love, which is associated with this. No, you'll just have to wait. So for some, this person is hard at work on this connection in their own way, though. So even if it doesn't look like they are working on the connection, maybe they're working on their homework and money, but to them, that is an indirect way where they are working on the connection. Others of you, it's just that they're being patient. So you're not feeling recognized. Meanwhile, you're not feeling recognized, but this person is patiently waiting for to have something to offer this connection, or for the connection to grow, or for themselves to be grown enough to participate more in this connection, whatever the case may be, because a lot of different people watch, so I'm getting a lot of different scenarios. But I feel like the bottom line with this is, the waiting does require patience, right? It's just the essence of maintaining a positive attitude while having to delay gratification. And so whatever the reason why there is some waiting going on, your person feels like it is work to wait. But maybe this is what they tell themselves, good things come to those who wait, and they have to wait for things to grow between you, or wait for things to work themselves out. This is the energy they are in towards you. I do feel like this is positive in the sense that, they're at least feeling like applying themselves here, or feel that they are applying themselves here in some way, and that they are willing to, fix what needs to be fixed, because that's what the Seven of Pentacles represents, right? It represents, nurturing a plant from a seed until it's a full-grown plant, and that takes like dedication. So this person is like in that energy, and I feel like they feel like their romantic feelings will get stronger over time, or have gotten stronger over time, depending on where you're at in the connection. But the 7 of Swords, on the other hand, this person, they're not like a saint who is just patiently waiting and trying to, establish their farm to have something wonderful to offer you in the future. It's like they do have these thoughts of sneaking towards you, being reckless, taking a risk, right? Throwing caution to the wind and sneaking towards you and stealing your heart if they haven't already, or wanting to steal your heart again. So if this is an ex, they do feel like sneaking back, and probably will. Just beware that in this case, this is not a noble energy. Often when we take risks like that, they don't pay off, right? That's what it is. And so the song Babushka, this is about this lady who wants to test her mate. So, because she feels like the passion is kind of waned in the connection, and she wants to test her mate. So she contacts her mate pretending to be another female or another woman, and then he takes the bait, and then in the process, she finds herself again, like she gets her groove back, right? She becomes the person that she used to be when they first got together, and she like gets her groove back, and she feels good about herself. But because the deception occurred between the two of them, the relationship will never be the same. So that's what the song associated with that card is. And whether that has resonance in some way, shape, or form for you, the bottom line with that is that taking risks don't pay off, right? So while this person I guess the takeaway that you could use with that is they have noble intentions on one hand by feeling like they're being patient and trying to grow in the connection, and are willing to apply themselves to, you know, being patient while this takes its course. And on the other hand, they do have these thoughts of like swooping in and taking a risk or doing something sneaky to reach you, or doing something sneaky in this connection. So, but let's look at the outcome, which is the big message from Spirit in the future outcome. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate that. That does support the channel and keeps readings coming. So from the John Holland deck, we've got number 20, Truth. So this is Judgment in this deck. Yeah, that is definitely feeling like a spiritual or otherworldly connection. Regardless of how you define that, your person feels like they're getting signs about you. Maybe you are as well feeling that way. But this is an excellent card in the outcome, though. It really does show a clarity coming in. This reflection leads to a relationship report card, okay? So this person does think about sneaking towards you while they patiently wait for whatever reasons, while they build up their pentacles or whatever it is that's happening. They think about sneaking towards you and taking, like, just throwing caution to the wind and saying, you know, screw it. I want to be with group 2. I want to reach out to group 2. I want to do something, you know, and see what happens. Let the chips fall where they may. But all this reflection, whether noble or not noble, and we already saw that for a lot of you, it tends to be one or both, or sometimes, you know, it flip-flops. You know, this person's intentions go from being noble to questionable. The bottom line with this being in the outcome, this is your relationship report card. It says that the scores are in the future the scores will be in, you know, so to speak. So it will be time to face the music, is what this card talks about, is facing the music, right? And so that's an old adage. I believe it has to do with like being court-martialed in the military, or something to do with the military. Like when you did something wrong, you had to face the music, like the trumpets or whatever, and like you know, basically face the principal, right, and pay your dues for whatever you did. So this is what we're seeing with this, facing the music. And so only through doing this, though, you know, can a new life begin. And so this is about letting the old man die, as Neville Goddard would say, you know, shifting the energy from the old to the new. So it's about a rebirth in the connection. So it can talk about, well, it does talk about a second chance, 10th chance, whatever the case may be, between you and this person if one is needed, but does talk about things changing and not being the same. Whether that person goes about that change based on that story that I told you that's related to this card, some sneaky sort of way that ends up, you know, creating trust issues in the connection, or potentially ending it because it wasn't the right way to go about it, or whether this person finally cultivates that plant to into a harvest where the fruits can be picked and something good can come from it. We are seeing a moment of truth in the future. So it is about I do get, like, for a lot of you, this is going to be the energy of where you guys just sort of adopt this attitude, okay, let's do this, right? You guys, I do feel like it's positive with the Judgment and this outcome here for this particular reading. I do feel like you guys want to give it another chance at some point here, or enter another phase in the connection for those, you know, odd few who are already in a relationship with this person. So this card here just speaks about things like better communication, the deepening of the connection, and forgiveness as well. A choice is going to be made one way or the other, and that's important, because if you are stuck on the fence, or this person is, or all this waiting is taking place, that's ambivalence and the straddling of the fence, not making a decision. That just eats away at a relationship. It eats away at a connection, and that just won't work, right? Not making a decision is making a decision, and it's making a decision to let something fade away, which is not good. But I don't see that happening, because it's saying that a decision will be made one way or the other. And so the growth is not going to be stopped. I feel like on your person's end, they feel like they are growing, like I said, or the connection is, and they're willing to work on that. I do see that the growth is either restarted, or it's just really gets to a point where there's a new phase where you guys are going to grow together, because we saw with that Seven of Pentacles that this person does have a growth mindset towards you, and it does look like the decision is made in your favor, and in favor of the connection, whatever decision needs to be made. And so you both kind of like take a leap of faith to you know, to give this a real go, and a real try, or like, you know, a good old college try or another try, you know, whatever you decide, because it's not all about them, viewer. Whatever you decide, you will get clarity, and the Judgment card in the outcome in the upright does predict that, you know, the future will be more happy and more peaceful for you, because one way or the other, clarity is good. It's great to know where you stand, because you can get on with it, right? So what is the advice for you guys? We got Mama Fratelli again. She came out in group 1, so if you were at all on the fence about watching group 1 or group 2, if you're on the fence between those two, maybe check that one out, although these are quite different readings. And she is in the upright for advice here. Queen of Swords is air sign energy, but regardless, with her in the upright saying, you know, just look at things objectively. You know, use your head, stay in your power. We saw with that 6 of Wands in reverse that there are some insecurities plaguing you regarding this connection. And don't let that compromise your standards, right? Stay in your power. You're a queen or a king. So it's like, be objective, and you know, don't be so cold-hearted, of course, because apparently you have feelings for this person, right? But you do want to let this person rise up to meet your standards too. So it's not a time to lower your standards. You know, you've worked hard for your independence and your strength, is what this card is saying, because you wouldn't be the Queen of Wands otherwise. So I'm going to get you an advice card, or not an advice card, because that was your advice, but just like an oracle card to top off the reading, because I did that for group 1. I felt like they really needed it. I don't feel like you need it as much, but it won't hurt. For group 2, Spirit, you get a little additional clarity or advice for them. For those who have chosen group 2, a little more clarity on this reading. Advice for them. Kick up your heels. Okay, so yeah. Turn that frown upside down. There is a new opportunity coming in. It is safe for you to enter into this new realm. Have some fun. You know, when we relax, solutions become more evident to us. Our vibration improves, which allows everything that's in our vortex, as Abraham Hicks would say, all the feel-good things we've intended for, affirmed for, believed in, or wanted, gives it a better chance of showing up in our reality. So, you know, instead of being in the 6 of Wands in reverse, kick up your heels and have some fun. So as my regulars know, I believe in the power of affirmations, because I see them working in my life every single day. And I'm going to give you an affirmation so that you can say that to help out your situation here. Let me look it up. With this card, your affirmation is, it says your soul longs to celebrate and have fun. The fairies urge you to call your friends for a get-together or an evening out. This is Healing with Fairies, by the way, by Dorian Virtue. So an affirmation you can say is, I am spirited, playful, and fun to be with. I create ways to celebrate with my friends. So yeah, I don't need to just kind of like always rely on this person or someone else or outside circumstances to come together in order for you to enjoy yourself. Now they're guiding you to enjoy yourself today regardless. So this is what I've got for you, group 2. Taking over to group 3. Please hit the like button and subscribe. If you would like a personal reading, my contact information is in the description. If the reading resonated and you'd like to check out one of my other readings, my playlists are linked down below. I'll talk to you next time. Welcome, group 3. Thanks for tuning into your reading. I hope you guys are doing well. So I've got your cards here. This is the How Do They Feel For You reading. So whoever is on your mind when you came to the reading, this reading's about them. Yeah. So I'm using several different decks to sort of get to the bottom of how this person feels about you. We're also going to look at other things as well as the dynamic and things like that and the connection. So it's a general reading. So just take what resonates and forget what doesn't. And remember, energies can be interchangeable or vice versa. So keep that in mind. With that being said, we're going to start with the viewer's energy. So we've got the 5 of Cups in reverse from the Cosmic Cycles Tarot deck for the viewer. I'll turn it upright to make it easier to see. Cosmic Cycle. So yeah, some suffering going on here, guys. I'm sorry to see that. I feel like, you know, sometimes the 5 of Cups in reverse can indicate that, you know, what you're feeling is even worse than the 5 of Cups in the upright. But I do feel like in this case, you're coming out of this. So it looks like you've been through it. You know, the good news though is that this is in reverse, so you are accepting the situation, you are moving on, you are healing from the pain, whatever this pain is in this connection, because this is related to this person. So some sort of loss, disappointment. We're seeing you moving on from that, or getting ready to enter into that time, getting ready to enter into that energy where you're moving on from this to find peace again. So dynamic of the connection, that's water sign energy. You or your person could have that in your chart, and we've got earth sign energy that could be in the chart too, with the Page of Pentacles from the Vice Versa Tarot deck being the dynamic between the two of you. So I think that you both dream of a new opportunity or a new chance in this connection, planting a seed to watch something grow, assessing it, kind of dreaming and projecting into the future, you know, what this could be. Still feels like at the early stages, which, you know, maybe it is at the early stages technically, or it's just a connection that never really got off the ground. But whatever the case is, the good news is that there is a desire on both of your guys' part, and on your person's part as well. But especially on your part, or you wouldn't be in the Five of Cups energy. It wouldn't bother you so much if you weren't wanting you know, something to move forward here in this connection. There's definitely a desire, but it's still in the early stages, the planning stages. So, you know, nothing has really, you know, been done except maybe talks about it, conversation, or some other sort of indication that this has potential. Your person's energy is, I'm going to drop that on the floor. The Six of Swords, it could be an air sign, don't have to be. We've got the Eurythmics. This is from the Heartstrings Tarot deck. So each card is associated with a particular song, which is linked in the playlist down below. So if you feel guided to, listening to the song could provide further insights for you. And no, I'm not affiliated with this at all. I just really love this whole concept of the cards being, you know, ascribed, is that the right word? to a particular song that helps you to understand the card better. With the Six of Swords, Eurythmics, this is thorn in my side. So some sort of thorny energy here. And then we've got the Three of Wands as well, which is Road to Nowhere by Talking Heads, which is kind of an interesting song for that to come out for the Three of Wands, because the Three of Wands is about, you know, getting out of this initial planning stage, taking action, making the decision to take action, and putting in the effort, and then seeing some of those efforts pay off. So with this being said, I do feel like your person is ready to move on from this, okay? We see a ship in the background here. Both of these cards are movement cards, especially the Six of Swords. So bottom line, ready to move on from this place of like this early stages in the connection kind of thing. You know, I mean, it looks like they are thinking about ways to leave the past behind, you know, and it could be that they're, you know, actually doing that, leaving the past behind, moving, traveling even as well. So, you know, honestly, for a lot of you, you know, they do want to move to greener pastures with you, not without you, because this is a movement card, but she's looking over here. She's looking at you, right? Looking in this direction. Looking at you, literally. He's staring straight into the camera here. So maybe he doesn't know what's going to happen. I'm going to say he, but apply the pronoun that fits. But he doesn't know what's going to happen. But he is watching you, it feels like, for hints and clues about the future and about how to move this out of choppy waters to calmer waters. And yeah, even though that song is Road to Nowhere, it's like, I feel like it's more like the unknown lies ahead for the two of you, but you both know that you want it to progress in a more positive way. With that Page of Pentacles dynamic. I almost get more of like a Bee Gees kind of energy today, at least, for that Three of Wands of, you know, one of their songs, Staying Alive. You know, I'm going nowhere, somebody help me, somebody help me. So it's like he's looking at you for a little help or guidance, clues, ideas about moving this forward, right? I can already hear some of you, well, I've told him and yada yada. Well, maybe the message not for you, or that you could have told them to your fake blue in the face and they still just didn't get the message. Like they still didn't comprehend what you're saying in terms of like getting clarity about, you know, how to progress this forward. With that being said, I definitely get that, you know, for a lot of you, they do want to move forward with you. And with that Three of Wands, like, how do they feel about you? Well, like I said, they feel like moving this forward with you, but they also are looking to the future. They do have, I feel like they have serious intentions for you in the connection. feeling like putting in the effort and planning to take action, kind of anticipating the obstacles. Again, you can see from the expression of the people's faces on the cards that this person, like, they're not going to be looking lively, paying attention like this if they're not anticipating something. So they're anticipating obstacles as well, you know, but only so that they can be worked through. So I feel like there is this energy of dedication coming off these particular cards today, of like a desire to overcome obstacles between the two of you. You know, at the very least, I feel with that Three of Wands that you're going to get the clarity as to where you really stand with this person. I feel like with that Wands energy, that clarity is going to come in pretty soon. So what's the outcome or big message from Spirit? The Spirit wants you to know, viewer, we've got the Hope card from the John Holland deck, and it is in reverse. This is the Star card, Aquarius energy. So, okay. I feel like the outcome depends on, you know, like your perception, your attitude, and things like that. Because even though you're coming out of this Five of Cups energy, the Five of Cups energy is somebody that has gotten carried away with their sense of grief over a loss, right? It isn't the worst energy in the world, but yet this person on the card is approaching it that way. And I'm not saying that you don't feel sad for good reason. I'm just saying that the future of this connection kind of depends on you coming out of that. So you really need to see the positives if you want this to work. And it is about a lifestyle change. It's not just about applying a technique here and there, saying a few affirmations, doing a few visualizations or whatever, or just even if you're like getting therapy or something like that, just for examples. You know, these are things that you have to stick with. You can't just do it for a short time and then go back to the way you were, old patterns, and accepting like less than what you deserve, or yada yada yada, if you follow. So this is about you know, because we saw with that Five of Cups in reverse that, you know, you are coming out of that defeated energy, which is good, like I said, but this will continue to be your challenge going forward as well. So when I first saw this card come out, we've got this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Started hearing that, I think it was even playing on TV at that exact moment that this card came out. So it's like focusing on your little light and letting it shine and coming out of this dark place and staying out of it permanently, okay? So it's just about perceptions. And remember that science tells us, you know, not to mention countless mystics across the ages, that perception actually does technically create reality. So, you know, don't let yourself stay in this downward spiral or get back in this downward Five of Cups spiral again, regardless of circumstances. They don't matter. You are an empowered individual. You are God of your reality. Like, I shit you not. You can create the situation that you want. So at the very, very least, don't do that to yourself. Like the emotional hardship of the Five of Cups, you know, it doesn't... it's good to feel your emotions and honor them, but don't get stuck there. This is a big message coming through, because I feel like somebody has a tendency to get stuck there. Maybe you're a Capricorn. It's been a week for Capricorns coming through, getting readings from me and just being like in a really negative energy and not understanding that it's not about applying a technique here and there and saying, oh, it didn't work. It's about changing you, right? The change starts with you. Be the change you want to see in the world. It's not just something that we say. It's like a technique. It's a reality. It's a method. It's a strategy that actually works, but it will only work to the extent that you apply it. So, and it's got to be a continual thing. Not to pick on Capricorns, but you guys know how you are. And especially when you're not hearing what you want to see, or hearing what you want to hear, or seeing what you want to see, which I've learned. I used to ascribe that more to like some of the lower vibe Cancers that I read for, but Cancers and Capricorns are flip sides of the same coin. So I felt like today, especially, but earlier this week, I was getting a lot of Cancers who were sort of like feeling sorry for themselves and just things like that. And it's like, you don't, feel what you want to feel and get it out. And I know that with that strong Saturn energy, because I have it in my chart too, that it can be extremely difficult to a point where others cannot really fully comprehend. But you can turn it around. I know, because I can turn it around, so you can turn it around. So and I just want to see everybody do well. So with that being said, your perceptions really do create your reality, regardless of your sign, your messages. You just don't get caught in this endless cycle of disappointment, because then it will keep coming. You'll keep experiencing the same thing over and over again. That's what an endless cycle means. So what this card's asking you to do, like the outcome, this is just like a lot. It's just to maintain your clean mental diet, right? This is a big message here. Because you can experience the great happiness and bliss of the Hope card in the upright. Like the Star card in the upright is fantastic, and in the outcome it's like fantastic times 100, right? That's what we want to see. We don't want to see it in the reverse, but even in the reverse, it's still positive and saying that there is hope for this happily ever after, this wish fulfillment in this situation. But it is dependent on you maintaining that clean mental diet, and then you, if you do so, you can create and you can experience, you know, the great happiness and bliss that the star card can and does represent. You know, this is the kind of connection. So what does that mean in terms of the romance here? It's a connection where you can be open-hearted, where love is freely given and received. You know, it is a gentle love as well. So it's really a matter of disciplining your mind into a mental state kind of akin to that energy. The energy of happiness, the energy of being receptive to giving in freely of love and a gentle love. You know, you really need to discipline your mind to that mental state and keep it there. And that to me seems like a really small price to pay for a star outcome, you guys. So what is the advice? The Spirit already gave like a ton of advice with that. So your advice is going to be brief. We've got from the 80s That's So Aries Tarot, That's So 80s Tarot deck, Divine Moon Empress, 9 of Wands. So weebles wobble, but they don't fall down, okay? So that's your advice. You know, it's just basically saying, hang in there, baby. You have already endured so much. I can already tell that. I've already talked in depth about that. So don't quit 5 minutes before the miracle occurs, basically, is what this is saying. You can take a break, just don't give up. You know, whether you want this person or not, don't give up on you. It's really about you. People respond to the vibration that you're emitting, so if you're getting less than stellar results, if you're getting results that are breaking your heart, then you need to change something, and you need to make it a permanent change, right? You know, just like any sort of lifestyle change, it's something you need to persist in. It's not a one-off deal. You need to, like the Michael Jackson song, Man in the Mirror. I mean, there's so many hints about reality and the nature of it and how to use it to your benefit that people just overlook and think that it's just a poetic verse or something. But it's really about changing from within to change your results. So hang in there. And I'm going to do for you what I did for the previous 2 groups. If it resonated, please hit the like button and subscribe. I appreciate you guys and those who've ordered personal readings. If you'd like one, my contact information is down below. Let's get a card from the Healing with Fairies deck for group 3. For those who tune into group 3. Miracle Healing, beautiful. And we've got Romantic Awe at the back of the deck. Romantic partner card. So Miracle Healing relates to your romantic partner. It's saying that you're about to enter into a new phase of romance in an existing romance, or in an existing relationship, or even in a new relationship. But there is a healing occurring in your romantic life, to say the least. So the affirmation, because I'm a big proponent of affirmations because they really work. I see it all the time. I apply it in my life personally and it works. And I know it can work for you. The Miracle Healing card, it says, expect a miracle. You have prayed for assistance and it is forthcoming. The more completely you surrender your situation to God, is what it's saying here, the more rapidly you will realize your healing. So I'm going to read this because I feel like it needs to be read. Heaven is completely on your side and your prayers have been heard and answered. You needn't beg or petition heaven to help you, as your situation is already healed in truth. The healed reality is one of several parallel realities currently available to you. You have the choice through your thoughts, emotions, and intentions to experience the highest possible reality for yourself. You access your healed situation through faith and gratitude. To feel these powerful catalyzing emotions, say mentally or aloud to God, I am tired of thinking about the situation. I don't want to deal with it any longer. Here, I'm giving the entire thing to you so that you can think about it and resolve it. Thank you so much for taking care of everything. Then detach completely from the situation. See yourself placing it in the palm of God's loving hand. Feel grateful that your situation is now resolved and be open to the creative solution that greets you. So an affirmation you can say, in truth, everything and everyone, including myself, is healed right now. I focus on this truth instead of on the illusion of fear. Yeah, definitely fear is an illusion, you guys. The outcome that you desire, the healed reality with you and your person and with yourself, that is already a reality which exists. It's just a matter of aligning with that frequency. And you do that by surrender. In your case, it's by surrender. There are a lot of different ways in which you can do it. There isn't a one-size-fit-all necessarily, except that one thing you can count on is that you know, what you think about is what you create in your reality. And so make sure you're thinking about the things that you want and allow the healing to take place. And so you are God of your reality, made in the likeness of the creative source, whatever label you want to put on that. And so that's what I've got for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. Again, support the channel by hitting the like button and subscribing. I appreciate that. And I will talk to you guys next time.